Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic. Yeah. Classic.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes in the fringe. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused.
Let's get focused, yo. It's Classic with the classic codes, and I got a live show for y'all tonight.
Classic.
Yes, Lord, we coming in hot, man. I ain't done a stream in a couple days for y'all, so we right here, right now, direct in effect. Whoever up get to catch it, everybody else gets to wake up to a dope-ass rewatch. It's a win-win.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You know, with the hour it being after midnight, you know what I'm saying? It's a thriller, you know what I mean? You know, it's one of them things where it's like I pull up on the live stream ready to go one on nobody. But of course, chat 333 never let me down. I see Big Sco in here 333. I see Big Sco say hit the like button. Make sure you do it. It's free of charge. Soft Rain in here 333. Miss Perfect in the chat 333. Let's get it. Let's go.
Classic.
Yes, Lord. Make sure everybody hit the like button, turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you've done all those things, let somebody know about the channel who may agree or disagree, but want to come and, you know, be intrigued and have a conversation, because we got to crack these codes, man.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yes, Lord. So we got a full slate today. We got a reaction video. We got a question of the night. We got a code language, and we got a TikTok reaction too. So we got things to get to. I think we got 2 reactions on TikTok. So we got things to get to, y'all. We got some stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? If y'all up, throw me in the headphones. I know y'all probably in y'all chill mood, you know what I'm saying? Laid back in the cut with it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the case may be, let me cook. I'll do the work. You know what I mean? Join in the conversation in the chat. And we're going to let that be that. We're going to slide over to the Truth After Dark. We slide over to the Truth After Dark to open up the show for a reaction video where they talking about marrying the freak. All right. So it is late night. This is not the Red Room. It's not the Red Room, but it is late night. So, you know, why not? Let's have this discussion. This isn't even their most recent episode, but it's one that I didn't get to. So we're going to take care of this right now. Let's get it, chat.
Actually one of my friends' podcasts, and she has a clip that's going viral, and she said, marry the hoe, meaning like men should marry whores because they really want to be with whores, but instead they feel like they are supposed to be with like the good girl, the virgin, the girl who's like composed and put together, but then they cheat on her with the whore. So she's like, just marry the whore and stop playing around.
She acting like whores don't get cheated on either. Come on now. Is she married?
No.
There we go. Why she not
I'm
married?
only gonna do this once.
She's just trying to promote that. You know what? I remember her from the early 2000s, you know, writing a book or something, or getting around with
She
all
wrote like a
these
tell-all
dudes.
of all the men she had sex with or
She's
whatever.
trying to get back relevant and everything, man. Nobody messing with her, man. Come on, man.
And Lil Wayne, and you know what's so crazy that she says this? She was in a relationship, whether, I don't know if she was married or not, but she said that no matter what relationship that she was in, married or not, if Lil Wayne calls, she's leaving and she's gonna go fucking suck him. Girl, who wants that? I'm so confused. That's why men don't want to marry a hoe, because once a hoe, always a hoe, baby. and you're gonna turn around and go.
Do y'all believe that, chat? Once a hoe, always a hoe, or we gonna say 304, right? We can't keep using that word too many times. So all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment, everything that's being discussed and all that. So but yeah, yeah, do y'all believe that once a 304, always a 304? So if a woman, forget the fact that it's already terrible that so many women have a burning desire to actually experience a 304 phase, but the amount of them that actually go through with it, do you think it's something that they can't come back from? I think y'all already know my perspective on this, but I would like to know y'all perspective on this. Is a 304 phase something that, it's like once you indulge in that, you're like stained forever? Is that the case? Or is there redemption on the other side? Give me y'all perspective. There's no wrong answer, of course. Let's go.
Don't fucking suck the next person, and that's crazy.
Yeah, she trying to spark some interest, but that ain't it. She cooked.
Well, she was saying that what a hoe will give you is better than what like a housewife will give you.
I will tell you this about like women who are considered hoes and men that like them. Men like that for just so long, you know what I'm saying? But, like when you look at the longevity of somebody, you want somebody that is more than that.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, just because sex is cool and you doing all these things that a man like, that don't mean that's going to last forever. Like, when it get down to like sitting around and really bringing some substance to the table and really bringing like some maturity, bringing like some value to the table outside of sex, what is that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what men really look for long term. And that's always going to outweigh long run than the sex.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because the sex is going to wear out eventually. And he's going to be looking at other girls sexually.
Yeah.
But then all these other things that you bring that got like some substance to it.
Can't be replaced so easily.
Yeah, it's going to last a little. It's going to last way longer. It's like, come on, man. Like,
because sex is everywhere. You know what I mean?
And you can get it.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can
pay for it. You can see it. You can get it. You can run up on it.
It's like the easiest thing. But like a real quality in a woman, like great qualities in a woman, is hard to come by.
Yeah.
Someone that you look at that's like, man, I can just see her really teach.
I don't know how I feel. Chat. I don't know how I feel about what he's saying, chat. I think it need to be some balance in there. It got to be some balance in there. I don't know. Jay Zilla, what up? 333 living. What up, Jay Zilla? The chat file
Classic.
Yeah, I don't know. Miss Perfect in the chat said, are they talking about Korean? Yeah, they were. That's what they was talking about. Is a 304 and a freak different? You can be a freak and not be a 304. How do you get there? If that's the case, how do you get there? You just learn a whole bunch of stuff with like one or two people type shit? Is that the situation, like how a woman gets to a point where she would be considered to be, allegedly all for content creation purposes, a freak, versus like having gotten her freakiness from her bevy of experience? Perhaps. How often is that the case? Because is it possible is one conversation, but what's most common out here? Hard to tell. We don't have a census on this type of thing, but we can give our perspectives, our opinions on it. I don't know. Kanye made that song. It makes me think about the Yeezy taught me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. If they doing a little too much, they probably then been shipped and handled a little bit.
Kids this, or I can see her, really expanding on what I got, or me expanding on what she got.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that. And that's why we're brainwashed in society to look at females sexually and be like, that's the one. And too many women are sexualized and men go for that instead of really looking at the substance of a woman in the long run and being with that long term.
That makes sense. And it's funny you say that, because a part of what you were saying was like, well, this girl can bring this and do this, but is she going to wake up and twist it and turn it and every single day? I'm horny, I'm doing this. And it's like, damn, like, and what if your partner is not feeling that? Are you going to need that to where you got to go get it from someone else? Like, if everything is driven off of sex, it's not going to have real longevity in a relationship. And that's just the truth.
Yeah, I get what she's trying to say. Because
I do too.
Relationships, and I said this some episodes ago, I feel like do be based on sex in a lot of ways. Because if I'm with you and you find out I have sex with another person, it could be over.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like, damn, you didn't look at everything else I brought to the table the intangibles, the substance, like that just go out the window.
Yeah.
Because
I'm curious now because the way they trying to diminish the value of like the intercourse aspect of the relationship, right? Like the physical intimacy aspect of the relationship, they kind of reducing it to something like that's like, you know, if that's something you gotta, you know, take a L on, so to speak, for lack of a better term. If that's something you got to take a L on, but all the other boxes is checked, like, you know, you got to grow up and go ahead and take that L. But I want to talk to Shorty about this because now I'm intrigued. Let's talk to Shorty about this. All right. Hey, Shorty, what's going on?
Hey, Classic. I'm doing great. Hope you are too. What's on your mind today?
Oh, you know, I'm cool. So look, I got a question. Are there any studies that show or prove that couples that maintain, you know, a regular frequency of sexual intimacy have more success than couples who kind of don't have intimacy as often?
Yeah, definitely. There have been quite a few studies on that topic. Generally, research suggests that couples who maintain a regular and satisfying level of intimacy tend to report higher relationship satisfaction, better communication, and even improved emotional connection. Of course, it's not the only factor, but it does play a significant role in relationship success. If you want, I can dive into some specific studies or findings.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna speak to you colloquialistically, so I need you to follow me, okay? So is it safe to say that like people need to go ahead and keep fucking to like, you know, benefit their relationship? Just yes or no is cool.
I got you. And yeah, in a nutshell, maintaining that intimacy definitely can benefit the relationship overall. So, yeah, it's fair to say that keeping that connection can help things out.
All right, I appreciate you, Shorty. I'm gonna get back with you.
For sure, Classic. Anytime you need me, just holler. Take it easy and talk to you later.
All right. Yeah, so you know, this ain't nothing that's like, yeah, man. I just wanted to do because this ain't nothing that's like me and just horny. Like, nah, Chad, it's a little more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more than that. Like, y'all gotta maintain that connection. It's a certain connection. It's some chemistry that's going on, you know, literally some biological chemistry that's going on when y'all laying up and staying up like that. So I don't know, like acting like the infrequency of it or the irregularity of it happening over time is just this like super all right thing. I'm not really buying into that. And if I would be looking into some longevity with a woman, she gonna have to have the same philosophy. Either that, or you know.
A mishap because of a mistake.
Well, because of just like sex is just like it's in our mind. It's like, how do I even explain or word this? You know, it's a beautiful thing when done with the person that you really feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's just like casually done and just because you just a horny bastard and like she being a hoe, it's just like, damn, why did I risk all other things for that? But we're sometimes as men and women weak individuals.
Yeah, you have mistakes
because
mentally.
of sex, and that it's like a drug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like people just want that quick fix,
Yeah.
or insta high real quick because it feels good at the moment, but then
Yeah.
then like a lot of times you see people regret it.
You feel miserable after when you get caught.
And then the
Yeah.
down, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I will say this, and this is real to me. I feel like any relationship that has lasted long that I admire, like my sister and her husband and other relationships, they've told me like, you have to be with someone that chooses you all the time and isn't willing to give up on you. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship where it's like, oh, you did one mistake. Okay, like, bye, I'm done. Like, I can't live like
But
that.
you don't know that until you make
Until you make a mistake. And that's why making mistakes and doing things in relationships
That's
is what
why.
either brings you closer or it makes you drift apart. Because that's how you know if someone really loves you. It's like you said one time, it's love sometimes is not about what you can give, it's about what you can take.
Or love is what you can deal with.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, exactly. For real. Like, how can I deal with this?
Yeah, in the words of my brother Souls of Thought, shout out to Souls of Thought. One portion of the a portion of the or a member of the Raw Society Coalition, not a portion, but a member of the Raw Society Coalition.
Classic.
My dog Souls of Thought always says look, I done lost my thought that quick. She said, hold on. Look, I done lost my damn thought. I done gave my brother too much love. I done lost what the fuck I was gonna say. Hold on, chat. What she just say?
It's like you said one time, it's love sometimes is not about what.
Yeah, he says love is about tolerance. That's what he says. Love is about tolerance. Forgive me, y'all.
Classic.
It is 1 a.m. You feel me? But yeah, he says love is about tolerance. My dog shows the thought. I always say that, and it reminds me when she said that, it made me think about that. To a degree, I think that's what it is, though. Being a person who grew up in a household with both of my parents and seeing a working marriage, obviously, everything ain't always fucking peachy and shit. And as kids, you don't know the details. I still don't know the details. The details ain't none of my business, but they still together to this day. They flourishing, they happy, they made it. You know what I'm saying? They're making it. You know what I mean? But it's one of them things where like it ain't no situation where no category 5 hurricane slid through that bitch though. You know what I'm saying? So like being a person who got to witness people weather them storms and shit, you understand what the perseverance looks like for a long-term relationship that's going to actually make it till death do you part. And to be honest with you, being a person who got to see that, I don't know if a lot of y'all got that in y'all these days, to be real with you.
Classic.
The actual level of tolerance or empathy or sympathy or resetting or, you know what I'm saying, compromise or, you know, understanding or difficult conversations, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, the amount of that shit that's involved to actually sustain, I don't really think a lot of y'all built for that shit.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Not these days, you know what I'm saying? Like, people was just built a little bit tougher, you know what I'm saying, in more primitive times. Your technology and a whole bunch of other shit has contributed to mankind being significantly softer in every single facet of everything.
Classic.
Let's go.
What you can give, it's about what you can take.
Or love is what you can deal with.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, exactly. For real. Like, how can I deal with this? And it's not cool, but I love this person and they're worth it to me. And also, you have to have two people willing to do the work. Because we're going to make mistakes, but are you willing to do the work, recognize where you was wrong, and try to make this right? Like, I'm fucking with someone as long as I know, like, you want to make this work as bad as I do. All right. Like, that's half the battle. They say as half of the battle is two people being like, no, we're going to work this out. We're going to do this shit. I don't care what goes on.
Like, this is the thing about men. We might mess up, or the girl might mess up, and she gonna drop to her knees and apologize, all that. Man might do that, but a man don't know how to like go overboard sometimes to
With
like
the apology.
show. And we always figure like, and you know what our problem is? Thinking we can buy our girl back.
True.
That's
real.
like,
Men do that a lot.
No, speak for yourself, my boy. I ain't never had no issue with trying to buy nothing. Shit. Fuck is you talking about? I ain't never, listen, ain't no female ever hit me over the wallet.
Classic.
You ain't gonna hit me over the wallet. You motherfucker break my little heart. I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker gonna bounce back. You ain't finna hit me over the wallet.
I'm only gonna do this once.
I ain't trying to buy no forgiveness and none of that shit. Nah, hell nah. Who doing that? Y'all going out buying shit, trying to get back right with your girl? Miss Perfect in the chat said, I agree. Intimacy is important to the longevity of a relationship. The intentional. Miss Perfect in the chat also says of choosing each other every day. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. That choose each other every day shit kind of unrealistic, chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it all the way a bean. I'm not choosing no female every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all motherfuckers could be awfully irritating, and there's gonna be some days I'm taking the fuck off. Yeah. Let's have a real conversation. Y'all just showed up to the classic code. Y'all thought I was just gonna roll with the cliche? Hell no.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yeah, no, I'm not choosing every day. No, I'm gonna take some fucking days off. You fucking right. And every day I take off is gonna be one that the woman has earned. I promise you that.
Sometimes you just gotta crash on out.
Yeah, I'm not dating as hell. I'm not choosing nobody. It's day off. I'm get on, so they don't want to take it. Cause look, give game. I'm space. We cool with. We need to eat straight. You would take two.
This once.
Do not can figure out the word on doing motherfucker get back and try to promise you that. Yeah. Going on, we just gonna rock all the way off. Check. But you about that?
Fuck up. Like, all right, let me get her a new this.
Yeah.
Trick. Or like take. That's like you wear you do and her gifts, and now she's happy. Real self built.
Actually, like someone that actually cares and has real invested. Yeah.
Like really, really going through it. Like, damn, you might have to accept she might not give you none for like a year.
That's crazy.
Man, what you mean?
A year of no sex and your man's gonna cheat?
No. There won't be, ain't gonna be none of that. You said you gotta accept what? That she not gonna do what? That's not, listen, do this woman believe in anything? That's not scriptural. We gotta find us a book to read or something. Somebody, nah, it ain't no holy text that tell her to go a year without letting her husband get none.
Classic.
Nah. I'm not doing, listen, okay. Listen, so this just turned into how to make them cheat, how to make them cheat tutorial.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Cause I'm telling you right now, withholding that cookie, taking the cookie off the shelf for over extensive periods of time, that's a test of discipline on a man. You playing games with yourself at that point.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, no. Paul Pierce just said some wild shit. He said a year or what? A year or what? For some shit you already had to? You waiting a year for some shit you already been like you done did everything with that? And she talking about nah, no more of it until I say, man, what's okay. Stupid games, stupid prizes.
Actually cares and has real invested.
Like really, really going through it. Like, damn, you might have to accept she might not give you none for like a year.
That's crazy.
Shit, this one over with, chat. We ain't gonna do no more of this. That's malarkey.
Classic.
Yeah, I don't even listen. They know how to make me stop. Fuck he talking about? Huh? I never understood withholding the poom poom. Look, that's why her name is perfect in the chat, y'all. They perfect in the chat.
Yeah.
They perfect in the chat. Look. Yo, a year is crazy. And look, the fact that the man said it. He talking about you might gotta accept. No, you might ain't gotta accept shit. Hello, you might ain't gotta accept shit.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Is you stupid? Shit. Okay. All right. Yeah, man, but that's the truth after dark, man. Make sure y'all tap in with Paul Pierce and Azar, man. They was talking about marrying the freak and the significance of the physical intimacy. They kind of diminished it a little bit, though. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so now we finna move over into Kevin Samuels. We finna go to the Godfather. Yes, Lord. Long live Kev, man. Long live KS, man. Long live KS, man. We finna slide over to TikTok right now. We finna tap into some Kevin Samuels rhetoric, and then we gonna go from there. We're gonna enjoy the Godfather and his glow and his essence, doing what he do, and you know what I'm saying, helping the nuclear black family in the way that he was through his methodology. You know what I mean? We just gonna enjoy greatness right quick. Let's get it.
And that's really what you find out when you start asking women, what do you want? And my sales background and my way of probing and active listening and asking questions, I can finally get people to just tell me what you want, not what you'll accept. And what you're finding is from GED to PhD, women are wanting 2 to 3 kids. They don't want to have to work to pay significant bills, or they only want to have to work to pay 20% or less than the family bill. So you still want a provider male. That ain't the way this country's set up. Most people, you need 2 incomes But and then you're saying these guys aren't good enough. I'm talking to a woman in college and ask her, could you date a plumber? And off the rip, she said no. I'm like, you know how much plumbers make?
Yeah, it's a great.
And that
We're gonna let him cook one more time. Let's go. This one's about what women really want. Emphasis on want, not what they need, what they want. Let's go.
that's really what you find out when you start asking women, what do you want? And my sales background and my way of probing and active listening and asking questions, I can finally get people to just tell me what you want, not what you'll accept. And what you're finding is from GED to PhD, women are wanting 2 to 3 kids. They don't want to have to work to pay significant bills, or they only want to have to work to pay 20% or less than the family bills. So you still want a provider male. That ain't the way this country's set up. Most people, you need 2 incomes. But and then you're saying these guys aren't good enough. I'm talking to a woman in college and ask her, could you date a plumber? And off the rip, she said no. I'm like, you know how much plumbers make?
Yeah, it's a great.
And that's
And there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let us discuss, what do women really want? Let's start off with what they say, right? Let's go off what women say. Let's not go off of my assessment, my opinion, the assessment of men's opinions. Let's just go off what they be saying, right? They say they want to feel safe. They want somebody who, you know, and their safety is just so we're clear here, the women's safety, and women in the chat, y'all correct me when I start lying on y'all. They say they want to feel safe. Part of, not all of, but part of their safety is tied to your ability to bring in finances that they're comfortable with. And their comfort level does vary from woman to woman. Some of the variance in what your financial stability needs to look like, some of the variation in that is tied to how attractive the woman feels that she is within her own opinion of herself. Again, please, y'all just please put up a stop sign emoji as soon as I start lying, right? We just going off what they saying. What else do they want? They want someone forthcoming, right? Honest, forthcoming. You know, transparency. What else? What are the other flag? Spontaneity. What else? What else is it? What all do they acts of service, gifts, physical touch, words of affirmation, and what else is there? All the love. They want all the love languages. What else? You can't be whatever zodiac sign they don't like. What else? I'm just going through what women really want. But at the end of the day, the issue is that there's a lot of the desires of the average, emphasis on average. There's a lot of issues with the desires of the average woman, like the average woman and the average man coming together and combining what they got going on, and then, you know, establishing clear direction through the man's leadership. It's been a working formula for, you know, I don't know, centuries.
Classic.
But somehow, you know, we went off on this path of hyper liberation and things like that, and we have the results outside, and that's why so many people are turning to being passport bros.
International.
You know, that's happening every day. You got people flying out to bring a wife back.
International.
You know, I don't know. It's a lot of stuff going on outside. It's real spooky, to be honest with you. But I will say that there's a large case of the disease called getting in your own way, or we're gonna call it can't get right syndrome. There's a large case of that going around. You got, you know, men getting in their own way in some ways. You got women getting in their own way in some ways, but it's a lot of getting in their own way, and it's all just due to ego. It's due to preference. It's due to unwillingness to compromise. It's due to traumas, baggage. It's due to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, the wants of the average woman doesn't even, you know, typically fit what they're qualified for.
Classic.
And so you got a whole lot of people shopping in markets that they just simply can't afford to be in. You know what I'm saying? It's like It's like the person who know they on a budget, but they want to walk through the mall with a Louis Vuitton bag. So they go in that bitch and buy a $122 pair of socks.
Classic.
It's like you bought something. You came here, you bought something. You walking with a Louis Vuitton bag, but like this ain't where you shop. Like this ain't where you should be shopping. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of women doing that. And that's why they get handled the way they get handled. Jay Zilla said, yeah, they get handled the way they get handled because they looking too far up. And the dudes that's way up there, they looking at her like, I deal with her to this capacity. You know what I'm saying? I deal with her to this capacity type shit. If they want to be valued, they got to deal somewhere around where they at. You know what I'm saying? Maybe up still, but just not way up there type shit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe deal with somebody right there on your level and shit. You still can submit to him and let him walk into his greatness and you be a beneficiary of it over time. Just encourage him.
I'm only going to do this once.
You know, the recipe is available. It's been working for centuries. You know, everybody looked at, oh, Big Mama put up with this, Big Mama put up with that. Big Mama and Big Daddy stayed together. Death did them part.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I mean, hey, you got to ask yourself, I want results, or I want to, live in the la land of what life should be. It's a lot of should be ass folk. It should be this. It should be that. It shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be that way. Well, what is it though? What is it? What is it? If it is what it is, you know what I mean? How it should be is much to do about nothing, to be honest with you, because you're living inside of what it is, not what it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
But I mean, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? What do I know? You know, you can't get no advice. You not married. You ain't. Ooh, okay. All right. Hey, I'll be trying to show y'all, man. I'm the oracle, man. They don't believe it. They don't believe it, souls. They don't believe it. I'm the oracle, man.
I'm only gonna do this once.
This shit divine for real. I'll be trying to help. I'm trying to look, man. I'm trying to tell my people to come on. A lot of people want to be the ones who stayed on the plantation after slavery, after they found out they was technically set free. When they actually found out, and some people still volunteered just to stay back. A lot of people like staying back, man, taking their little title switch from slave to indentured servant. A lot of people just take the title switch. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to leave the plantation. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna let them stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Everybody complaining, you know. The women talking about, oh, they want provider men, this, that, and the third. I mean, y'all got y'all provider man. Gary, his name, United States government.
Classic.
Yeah, y'all got y'all provider man. His name, United States government. Now that they stripping that bread, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to come on back home.
I'm only gonna do this once.
That 50, hey, when that government check stop coming, that 50-50 gonna start sounding like a real good slice of the motherfucking pie, ain't it, ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Hey, we back, y'all. Hey, fellas, we up 1,000.
Yeah. Big Sebastian, boy.
We up 1,000, fellas. Yeah. Look. They talking about, oh, they cut the government aid. Yeah, the government has sent y'all asses back home. Come on back. Yeah. Hey, I'm on that. Yeah. Talking about you don't need us. Yes, you do. Now, and if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Classic.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Let me chill, man. Let me chill. I ain't on that, man. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Shout out to the Godfather, man. Shout out to the information provided, man. Shout out to my chat, man. Oh shit. Look, I was really gonna start cooking, chat. Don't get me going now. Don't get me going. All right, here we go. We sliding right back to TikTok. We finna tap in with Big Bank. He talking about where I'm going versus where I was. It's a unique perspective that he provided, and I don't really think I heard anybody talk about this actually framed this way until I heard Bank talk about it. So I want to tap in for sure. Shout out to Bank. Make sure y'all tap in on Perspective with Bank on his YouTube. Let's go.
I would rather meet people who see where I'm going than people know where I come from. Because the people that know where you come from or know you from then, they can only receive you from the person they already know. That stunts your growth. I can't grow because you constantly remind me of a nigga I don't want to be no more.
Airport.
I would rather meet people who see where I'm going than people know where I come from. Because the people that know where you come from or know you from then, they can only receive you from the person they already know. That stunts your growth. I can't grow because you constantly remind me of a nigga I don't want to be no more.
Airport.
I ain't gonna hold you. That shit hit. He just cooked. He just cooked. What y'all think, chat? Would you rather be around people to see where you going versus, like, I guess in this case, you know, day ones? Because he's saying I'd rather meet people that know where I'm going than people that know where I come from. So the people where I come from, inevitably, some of those people would be day ones, or what you call, quote unquote, day ones. Because what is day one? Is day one high school? Is day one middle school? Is day one elementary school? You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what you call day one, right? But essentially, you're talking about a lot of like old connections, old ties, old friendships, old relationships, all that stuff. You essentially talking about a lot of that shit going by the wayside or going away altogether or whatever, in lieu of the fact that you building something greater for yourself and you've prioritized that in a way and a level of seriousness to where you ready to build a whole new network, you ready to build a whole new web if that's what's necessary, or you filter it out, right? The ones that are really super OD solid, which most people only have a few in their life. Most people only have a couple, you know what I'm saying? Just literally a few, one other person, two other people, maybe three other people. You start getting out in the 5, 6, 7, you too friendly. You too friendly. If you friends with everybody, you ain't real with nobody. I'm standing on that. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's one of them things where if you had to choose, you know, I'm with Bank. I'd rather meet people that see where I'm going than people that know where I come from. You know, I use my dog Souls of Thought. You know what I'm saying? We had conversations backstage where y'all can't hear it. He's not doing the shit for the platform. You know what I'm saying? And we, you know, big each other up in different ways and stuff like that. But it's a very genuine thing. I'm not going to get off into details. That's me and my dog's own conversations. But it's a real genuine thing. You feel me? And it's like in the grand scheme of things, my dog only known me for 2 seconds. You feel me? Versus the fact that, like, you know, I use myself as an example. I'm an elite level rapper. You know, whether or not you think I'm the best rapper ever is subjective. Do I think I'm the best rapper ever? I think I'm the best rapper breathing. And if anybody who see this ever want to try that, just do it. It ain't no sweat off my back. That shit easy for me. But yeah, like, I think I'm the best rapper breathing, but that's subjective. But as far as objectively, my skill level is in the top tier of performing rappers. And then if you talk about actually getting on a stage and rocking a crowd, I'm elite at that too. You know what I'm saying? And that's without fireworks, extra smoke, super hyper lights, without motherfucking exploding shit, without floating on the sky, without, you know what I'm saying, without none of the special effects, just the mic and the DJ. I rocked the fuck, literally had a floor shaking in that bitch. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what you know. It's objectivity at the end of the day. But would I rather deal with motherfuckers who still feel like I need to prove some shit to them because they can't believe that I'm that fucking supreme at what I'm doing because they know me since 5th grade? Or would I rather bump into somebody who don't know me from a can of paint and they recognize the aura off rip? Shit, I'm with Bank. I'm with Bank, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would rather meet people who see where I'm going than people know where I come from. Because the people that know where you come from or know you from then, they can only receive you from the person they already know. That stunts your growth. I can't grow because you constantly remind me of a nigga I don't want to be no more.
Airport.
It's niggas who think I can't rap from a song they heard in fucking 2002. You see what I'm saying? Like, like I hate to make this one about me, but you get what I'm saying, though? I use myself as the example tonight instead of speaking in general and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Some shit they heard when motherfuckers were still rapping over a nigga making a beat on the locker and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's niggas who think I can't rap from then on some shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck still grown as hell concerned about their opinions and shit?
Classic.
You feel me? At the end of the day, we gonna, you know, me personally, I'm the chip on the shoulder type of guy. So if you ever doubted me, I just never forgot. I never forgot. You can go back as far as you want. If you doubted me when I was 2 years old, that's all I remember.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Straight like that. So I keep a big motherfucking Tostito on my shoulder, big chip on the shoulder. So yeah, nah, it ain't no, you know, I'm definitely gonna let you feel it. I'm gonna let you feel it. If you ever doubted me, you definitely gonna have to look back, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know, I was wrong.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in that shit. I believe in that. Like, I remember Ray Shrimmer, when Ray Shrimmer first had got popping, you know, and I think Black Beetle had blew up, and this was like they second, third, fourth, fifth hit at this point. Like, they was really taking the fuck off. Ray Shrimmer was. And I remember when they was first taking off, they did an interview with somebody, and they was like, you know, they asked, I forgot how the question was framed, but they answer to the question was, shit, honestly, the best part about this shit is stunting on my exes.
Classic.
and though stunting on exes ain't really my thing, I just felt where that energy was coming from. Like haters, doubters, whatever it is, motherfuckers who, you know, said shit that you didn't hear, but your ears be ringing and shit. Like, I'm tapped in spiritually and shit. So, you know, word don't got to get back to me. I could feel it. I know a motherfucker talking about me today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could feel it. I could just be motherfucking at work doing my job. Damn, somebody got my name in their mouth right now. And I don't be wrong. Nigga, prove it up. I ain't got to prove shit to y'all. I don't be wrong, too.
I'm only gonna do this once.
On God. On God. You know, the crazy thing is about it, too, is like when people be hung up on, like, you know, the old you or whatever the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying? The thing about that is, like, as you grow and ascend, they still feel entitled to you giving a fuck about what they think and shit.
Classic.
And then the whole thing would be like, while they talking about you, you ain't saying shit about them.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why high vibrational people gotta watch where the fuck they be at, who they be around, what they be intertwining themselves with, you know, all type of shit. When you get when you on some different type of shit, you know what I'm saying, things will naturally part from you. You have to allow it, because if you don't, you end up putting yourself in dangerous situations, potentially dangerous situations. And it's scary hours at that point. You know what I'm saying? Don't end up like Selena. You know what I mean? Let me see. I'm behind on the chats. Hold on, y'all. Miss Perfect in the chat said that goes for ones who haven't elevated themselves. Yeah. Miss Perfect in the chat said elevating past your day ones, weed out the fake ones. Facts. That was a bar too. You need to put that on a hoodie.
Classic.
Jay Zilla said 333. Make sure everybody hit the like button. Exit out of the chat real quick. Tap that heart or the thumbs up or whatever, and then come on back into the chat. Make sure everybody hit the like button. I see y'all tapped in. But yeah, man, I really feel what Bank talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would much rather be tied in with people who see where I'm going versus like, because people from, unless they was people who was like from, like, again, I use myself for the example today, like Big Scope, my homie Big Scope, that he was telling me I was his favorite rapper in like high school. And then it went from, you know, because I got better, like got way better, like super better over time. And it went from like this, he my favorite rapper, to this nigga the best rapper alive. And he mean it. That's his real opinion in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's very few people that'll grow up next to you or with you side by side and feel like that about you. You know what I'm saying? It's just real. When what I say, I'm about to break the silence. Too close to the light, you blinded. Sometimes when people too close to the light, they be blinded. Like, I've always been a person where I could recognize greatness if it's in the room with me. You know what I'm saying? If it's next to me, if it's in my family, whatever the case may be. And I tell them motherfuckers, like, hey, you got it. All you got to do is just cultivate and curate what's already in you. You got it. Like, you have some itch. You have that it shit. Everybody ain't born with that. But a lot of people, again, shout out to Souls of Thought, one compliment away from greatness. Sometimes they just got to hear somebody from outside, like, tell them, like, yo, woo, woo. You know what I mean? So, Yeah, I rock with Bank on this one, man. Like everybody don't have like, you know, aura is a real thing. Like there are chosen leaders. There are people who are shepherds in this world versus like ones who are not necessarily like sheep in the way of being led by propaganda, but they're more so supporting cast members versus like being the lead role. Everybody got different roles and shit like that, you know. But some people they don't recognize or want to recognize because of the familiarity. What they say, familiarity breeds contempt. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that. He said, shout out Big Skull and Miss Perfect. Big Skull probably in the chat. He was in here earlier. He might still be watching. Yeah, what up, Jay Zilla? Yeah, man. But yeah, I felt this. I felt what Bank was talking about for sure. Let's get off of this though. All right, let's slide to the code language conversation, and then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. It's after 1 a.m. in the chat up in this bitch swole. Y'all quiet, but y'all in here
Classic.
though. For sure.
I'm only gonna do this once.
And I'm definitely appreciate it for sure. Like we always do with the code language conversation, we're gonna look at the overview of the word, the definition, and the overview. So I'm gonna read the definition first, right? So the code language for today is concise. Okay, so giving the relevant or necessary information clearly and in a few words, brief but comprehensive. That's the definition of concise. Okay, now we're gonna tap into the overview of the term. All right, a concise overview is hold on 1 second, y'all. There we go. All right. So providing a brief and clear summary of a topic using a different providing a brief and clear summary of a topic using as few words as possible while still conveying the essential information. It involves eliminating unnecessary words or dead weight to be direct, accurate, and to the point. The goal is to be both short and clear, expressing the most important ideas with no extra words. Right? So this is key characteristics, right? Brevity, uses a minimal amount of words. Clarity, delivers information clearly and directly. No redundancy, omits unnecessary words, phrases, and qualifiers. Efficiency, expresses a lot of meaning in few words. So shout out to Jay Zilla for sending this code language over. Miss Perfect in the chat said Jay Zilla 333. He said shout out Big Skull and Miss Perfect. Jay Zilla said 333. This level of thought daily, maybe it's too much. Nah, it's not too much. You know what I'm saying? This is for the chosen one. So, but yeah, concise, man. I think being concise is an art. I think being concise is a skill. I think being concise can be cultivated. It can be practiced. You could become significantly better than you already are at being concise. I think that, you know, I mean, I went to school and had to study this shit. So to a degree, I'd say that I'm probably a slight cut better than the average at being concise, but I think I could be significantly better at being concise in this world, though, in the content creation space. When you come on stream and you know that it's 111 a.m. where I'm at right now, 111. Shout out. The numerology is heavy with us, but in this world that you in, when you're doing like hour-long streams, 2-hour streams some days, I think I've done 3-hour streams some days because I get on here and get going. The chat know what's up with me. I get on here and really get going. So when you get on here, you get to doing 2-hour, 3-hour streams some days. It's not really about being concise, to be honest. You can repeat yourself and be as redundant as you like. You can go full Dr. Umar on this motherfucker. You could go full Dr. Umar on this motherfucker. I'm gonna say it one more time, family. You could go full Dr. Umar on this mug. So you know what I'm saying? It ain't it's not necessarily about that, but there is a time and place where being brief, being pronounced, being, you know, concise, you know, it really pays off. Miss Perfect in the chat said you could really go full Dr. Umar on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get on here and be as long-winded as you like when you stream it. And honestly, a lot of times when you stream, you're getting people through their day. You know, right now there's probably I got truck drivers that follow me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my truck drivers. Right now they probably grateful as hell. Like, oh shit, Classic Code's doing a stream in the middle of the night, and I'm out here trying to burn out these 300 miles, you know, before the sun come up type shit. You know, they probably appreciating this. They don't care if I'm long-winded. They like, man, talk, nigga. Go for it. You got another reaction video? We here. You know what I mean? Like, you getting people through their day. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, there's an element of entertainment and all of that. That's a component of all of this too. But yeah, being concise has its time and its place. What a great example of that would be the elevator speech, right? They say you should always have an elevator pitch for yourself or whatever the case may be. That involves being concise, right? Direct to the point, keeping all pertinent information in, leaving all fluff out. You know what I'm saying? Still delivering it with a certain level of eloquence, right? You don't want to come off as overly aggressive. You don't want to come off as too passive, right? All of those things. So it's really an art. And I think if a lot of people practiced it, you know, we'd have a lot more effective communication. I think the issue with being concise is that to be concise, you do have to remove qualifiers. And because we are in such an emotional time frame in society right now, people do have to speak with qualifiers. You can't just get straight to the point because you have to give a disclaimer. You have to oftentimes give disclaimers before you speak to make sure that if there's anybody in the room that may potentially be offended by what you're saying, they have to know as a prerequisite to you speaking that you don't mean any harm and shit. And so because you have to give all these qualifiers and you well, that wouldn't necessarily be a qualifier, that would be more so of a disclaimer, but qualifiers also, if you want to give your opinion and you're, you know, articulate or you're elaborate or you educated, right? You have to let us know where you got your education from. Since you're speaking like you know everything, you know, qualify yourself. You know what I'm saying? Rob, we ain't seeing you in the chat in a minute, man. Everybody drop them threes for Rob real quick. What up? He said, yo, it's classic late night spitting knowledge. Oh, man, appreciate you, brother. We ain't seen you in a minute. 30-second elevator speech. Yeah, you got to have that on deck. Being concise is very much necessary. Everybody drop them threes for Rob, man. We ain't seen Rob in the chat in a minute, man. Welcome. Jzilla 333, codes 333. We rocking with you, my dog. But yeah, there's a time and a place, and you got to have that in your bag for sure. But in a lot of spaces, especially in group settings in real life, you do have to use a lot of disclaimers, and you do have to use a lot of qualifiers because there's always somebody who's in disagreement with you that isn't listening to understand, but instead they're listening to debate, they're listening to pick apart, they're listening to disagree, right, instead of to understand. And so because of that, the prerequisites, the qualifiers, the disclaimers, all of that stuff has to be present, right? You can't just come out and say how you feel about the LMNOP community. You have to first say, I don't have anything against these people, but or whatever, however, and then go into whatever you're gonna say, right? You can't just say something about, you know, spirituality. You have to first say, I don't judge anyone for their belief system and and then go off into whatever rhetoric it is, right? Like, so being concise is not for this emotional society. You have to give the fluff. People want the fluff. The most direct people are considered to be polarizing, right? If you're very direct, straight to the point. David Goggins, Gary V, you know what I'm saying? Classic during a crash out. Cortez during a crash out. Souls of Thought, Uncle Plug during a crash out. Any of us, you know what I'm saying? We can be very direct, and it could be considered to be polarizing, right? Because the fluff is gone. We straight to the point. We mean what we saying, and that's the only thing that's important right now. All the emotional interpretation of how it came off, the tone, the volume, all that shit, much to do about nothing. This shit is about the message, right? When we get in that bag, you can be concise very easily. It just doesn't fit right now with the emotional instability of our culture today. I mean, it feels like I just said a mouthful, but at the same time, I think it was digestible. No Diddy.
Classic.
So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this on the rewatch. You know what I'm saying? Being concise, the concept of concise, and just speak to it. When, the where, the what, when is it best to have this skill? When is it best to display this skill? When is it going to benefit you to have this in your bag? You know what I mean? And then when is being concise the wrong thing to do? When is it a good time to actually provide the fluff, provide the extra information? When is it a good time to overshare, for example, if there is ever a good time? These are questions that we can pivot off of this concept or this word. We can pivot off and ask these questions, you know what I mean? Because, it's not just about having the tool. It's about knowing what you need the tool for and when to use the tool. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to use the screwdriver when we need a hammer. You know what I'm saying? Jay Zilla said, shout out to the collective. Yeah, Raw Society Collective. If you're not tapped in already, make sure that you do. The Raw Society Collective. Go follow our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram not Raw Society Collective, the Raw Society Coalition. I spoke wrong, but go follow us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram, the Raw Society Coalition, for sure. But yeah, that's it on the code language on being concise. All right, I got time for chat Q&A. It's a few people in here, so if y'all want to throw something at me, man, holla at me right quick. I'm gonna play this joint and rock out real quick, and then if we got questions, we're gonna address them. Let's get it.
I ain't really trying to do no hooks or none of that. I just want to get on that water, float one time. I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic.
Panoramic roof for a decade straight. Mama mentality since back in the day. I was in college hooping in crazy eights. 0 6 beat class gon' spray. I had a switch on the blick and it sound like a switch every time I let go of the gate. But you go with the flick of the wrist. You ask for the time and I show you my wage. 3-3-3, I'm the captain of the team. Take it to the bank, you can follow my lead. I got the codes, I got the keys. Win, lose, or draw, you can put it on me. Full blown chef return from a black sheep. Everybody take heed every time that I speak. Plays up the line, I'ma make a good read. Come from that creed, follow the seed. I die on my sword before the day ever come where I cower and plead. I cry to the Lord before I call a human being for a sigh of relief. I've been working and stacking and learning and growing. Ain't really got time to compete. Man, I couldn't even walk just a couple months back. I'm just happy to be back on my feet. Man, they called me to see if I won't do a theater. I told them my dog gotta eat. After all, I just got back from Greece, dancing on cliffs at the side of the sea. Living the present, I'm happy to be. Thanksgiving every time that I eat. Amen. Winning every time I breathe. Might as well work cause I can't even sleep. Might as well work till the game been beat. Discovered or not, still moving elite. Discovered or not, still moving prestigious. Treating myself how I wanna be treated. Had to step away so they know that they need me. Preserving the dope, had to put it in the freezer. Return to the surface, they think I'm a sleeper. Whole time I'm a favorite, I know the procedure. Plot get thicker and thicker. The farther we go in, the waters get deeper and deeper. The harder your times, the farther the distance. These people will leave it to beaver. Nobody wanna be a cover corner, everybody wanna be a receiver. Think we got problems with choosing our leaders, that's why we got problems with moving the needle. I don't speak truth to the powers already know the truth. I'm speaking truth to the people. Sebastian Tate was already hard enough. Let's shoot him a sequel, leave no doubt. Let them know that I'm regal. God ain't make us equal. Walking to work, woman looked me in my face, told me I look like Jesus. I think she see my anointing, I think she know I'm appointed. I think she see that I'm glowing, or if I'm 100-pointer. Be moving around in these regular spots, these people be knowing I ain't normal. Be modest for real, if I wanted to, shooting percentage be looking like Jordan. Gotta keep the main thing, man on a mission, I know what's important. They told me don't stop, I was already knowing. They told me don't quit, that's the show, they ain't know me. Long as it's breath in my lungs, I got a habit of going and going and going. Whether I shot it or not, you gotta know that it's on me and know that it's loaded. Wait. Used to be green, now I'm gold. Used to be green, now I'm gold.
There we go. Question came in right at the end. Jay Zilla said, how many months until you're running again? I know walking, getting annoyed, grateful. Yeah, I'm jogging. I could jog now. I ran. Thanks for asking, man. I haven't given any updates on my knee in a while. Yeah, I ran my first mile straight last week. Yeah, so yeah, thanks for asking, bro. And yeah, I forgot to give myself my own flowers, man, for sure. Yeah, I ran my first mile straight last week. I ran it at a super slow pace. I just really wanted to see how I was gonna feel. I really focused on not overcompensating and just trying to make sure my hips stay level, because when you overcompensate, it can impact your hips. You know what I'm saying? So I was just focusing on using the strength in both of my legs, not overcompensating, and just taking it easy. Ran at a very, very moderate pace. My wind cardiovascularly was fine. Chat, it's definitely 1:30 in the morning. But my win cardiovascularly was fine. But because I've been boxing and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So your heart rate be up. And then I do a lot of HIIT training too. Like, so you know, I'm good with my heart rate and shit like that. But just the jogging aspect of it, I didn't feel too crazy after. I had some good fatigue in my legs the next day. Like my legs were very tired the next day. But aside from that, it was nothing abnormal. You know, I hit the foam roller, stretched out, and it was what it was, man. But I thank you for asking, cuz yeah, I jogged my first mile straight since I tore my patella tendon. I jogged my first mile straight continuously last week. So I'm good, but I've been cleared to jog. I've been doing run walks for months. Just jogging straight through though, and putting that impact and that pounding on the tendon and even my other knee as well, because I've been overworking one leg for months, recovering the other. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much to it. So I've really been doing a lot more strength training before I try to ramp up the actual running. I just want to build a lot of muscle. If no Diddy, but if y'all go to my Instagram and look at my video of me hitting the heavy bag the other day, you can see my quadricep muscle like that. That's that motherfucker in there. I've been doing my therapy shit on my legs crazy. So yeah, just trying to build the muscle so I can, you know, handle whatever I want to put my body through. My body can handle it. He said 1, 2, 3 continuation. All for sure. Rinse, wash, and repeat. I'm going to the gym in a few hours. I'm finna edit, get these premieres up, and then I'm back at it. Miss Perfect in the chat said, if your younger self saw you today, would they be satisfied with where you are in life? Nah. It depends on what age you're talking about, but no. Nah, probably not. But not necessarily like in a bad way though. I just think that by now, you know what I'm saying, my younger self looking ahead to me at this age by now probably had a different perspective on where I would already be. But I still believe that, you know, where my younger self thought that I would end up, I definitely know that I'm still going. But my younger self would definitely think that me by now would already be there, if that makes sense. So no, satisfied, no. Would my younger self look and be like, that's cool, probably. But satisfied, nah. Like, nigga, I thought you was gonna be whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop by now. You know what I'm saying? Type vibe. But great question. What about you? Let me ask you your question back. If your younger self saw you today, would they be satisfied with where you are in life? Miss Perfect in the chat said, understood. Yeah. You know. But I'm grateful though. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. You know, I ain't really like where you are in life and all that shit. I don't know. My perspective's so unique. Sometimes I don't even feel comfortable sharing it because I'm just a real, like, you know, primitive thinking dude. You know? So just certain shit that be mattering to most people in society just don't really hold the same weight with me. That's all. Miss Perfect in the chat said no, but still moving forward. Yeah, for sure. I think that, you know, we be thinking it's gonna be abracadabra, and it just don't work like that. That road in front of us, that motherfucker be a little longer than we think sometimes, and it's all good. I think you lose when you quit, and you know, ain't no quitting over here. So shit, it's all good.
Classic.
Damn, that was just loud as hell, chat. My fault. I done smoked the speakers. My bad. Look, motherfucker woke now. Y'all woke now. Got him. Yeah, y'all woke now and shit. But yeah, great question though. But yeah, chat, we did a solid hour tonight, man. I hadn't went live in a couple of days. I had to give me some rest too, and then I got up and I was like, man, I'm gonna go live tonight, man. I'm gonna make sure the chat is fed. But I got a lot of editing done, so y'all gonna be happy because this week will be full of drops. So for y'all to go back and enjoy all these different content, like all the different topics and stuff like that I covered and stuff like that. I got a lot of drops this week, so y'all gonna be very, very happy. Y'all gonna have plenty of content to nourish y'all spiritual diets. You know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is. Said 1, 2, 3 numerology ready. Nah, we're not doing numerology yet because I told you we're gonna walk them there slow. They don't even know. We're not gonna talk the numbers yet. We getting there though. We're gonna open up the consciousness 1 month at a time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, make sure y'all tap in with the Raw Society Coalition. Again, make sure y'all go subscribe to that channel. Make sure you subscribe to Conversations with Soft Rain. Rain spelled like Reign Supreme. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Tez Down, TEZDOWN. Make sure y'all subscribe to Souls of Thought, Souls like the sole of your shoe. Make sure y'all subscribe to Uncle Plug TV, Plug spelled with 2 G's. And of course, make sure you already subscribe if you here. For sure. Other than that, man, you know, my final request is always the same. If you don't do nothing else, stick to the codes. We got another classic. Yeah.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters, we're left in the cold. Hardened my heart, and